What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another video. This one's going to be the last and most foundational episode of the 10 episodes to profitability series, and this one's going to be on mindset. So previously I did cover some psychology, some risk management, and some things about price action that you should consider into building your model. In the following episodes, we're going to dive into the actual deep dives into price action, things like liquidity, fair value gaps, and all the other stuff that I use in my model, in my trading system. But for this one, I wanted to dive into one of the books that made up who I am, what my mindset is, and that is Best Loser Wins by Tom Hugert. And just from what I can recall right off the bat and kind of summarize what this book is about, is literally what the title says. It's being able to take losses. The best loser wins. It's about the idea that this man was trading with like a ton of money, and yet he was giving up like hundreds of thousands of dollars, 50,000, 100,000, and more in single trades because his objective was lower. It's more of like this swing trading and larger target approach to the intraday like market, where you have a target, and because you're confident that the target aligns with the trend and the like objective that you're aiming for, maybe price action has some fair value gap down below that you're aiming for. If this exists, then the idea is that you're able to take a few losses up here in order to get to here, right? And that's how it goes. And a lot of the trading is also about not taking profit when you're a lot like in profit, but you haven't hit your objective yet, because it's like an illusion that you made money. Say like you're risking 1K and you're up 2K somewhere around here, and you begin to doubt yourself. If you take that 2K profit and you're content with it, you first of all doubted your analysis. You doubted the fact that it's going to go down to the actual target. Second of all, you're kind of building this bad habit of accepting little wins. Think about it. If you're risking 1K and you only profited 2K, you can only lose 2 trades after that. The idea is that if you were even to lose 3 or 4 trades in order to get to the actual profit target down here, which is like 11,000, then you would still have 8 or 9,000 profit at the end of it, right? You'd still profit way more than the 2,000. And from 8, even 8,000, right? You can now take 8 trades. You could lose 8 trades or 7 trades and you'll still be in profit. So that's the idea, and let's hop into the lessons that I summarized from this book, starting from lesson 1. Trading is a mental battle, not a strategy game. So this goes into the idea that we're not trading, or the important part isn't your model. It's what's in here. It's the self-control. It's preventing yourself from over leveraging or revenge trading, right? Your model is important. You have to gain confidence in your model, and you have to have some reason to get into the market. But that's only the first step. There's so much more inside of trading. And most people think trading is about finding the perfect strategy, but that's not right. And in trading, it's 80% psychology, 20% strategy. It's designed to mess with your emotions. So if you can't master your mind, you'll never master trading. And the action step is to start journaling not just the time that you trade at, not just whether it was a win or a loss, not the model that you used to trade that day. You have to journal how you felt that day, because that's the most important part. It's your lack of confidence or your overconfidence, or maybe you saw the market in a specific way and you missed on a certain aspect. So that's the first lesson that I brought from this book, that you have to begin to first acknowledge what the important part of trading is so that you can begin to work on it. And that's your mindset. That's what's up here. Lesson 2. The best traders are the best losers. So that's kind of what I was telling you guys in the summary. It sounds weird, but listen up. The best traders accept the losses quickly and move on. This is because you understand the higher time frame narrative, the objective that the market's actually pulling towards. So you're able to accept those losses and think, okay, when is the next time I'm going to get a good opportunity with a high probability that aligns with my model so I can actually target that thing again. And if you take another loss, you reevaluate again. You wait for the next session, you wait for your setup, and then you target that place again. But you're accepting the losses because you know that after a certain amount of losses, or maybe you don't even have to take losses, but hold your trade to your TP. Losers hold on to bad trades and let small losses turn into disasters. The good losers, they take the losses and hold on to the trades that actually get them to TP. That's this guy's whole teaching. It's the fact, stop taking little wins because it's an illusion. Hold your profit, hold your trades to their profit target, and you'll actually be better off in the long run. And the action step for lesson 2 is to set a stop loss on every trade and actually respect it. And I also wanted to say set a stop loss on the amount of trades that you take. Just like a funded account has daily drawdown, if you lose a certain amount of trades, think of it as daily drawdown. Stop trading then. Lesson 3, normal thinking will give you normal results. And this goes back to the profit, right? If you take profit at 2K, this is like a normal trader's mindset. There's money on the table, you take it. But this mindset, once again, it's an illusion. If you're, first of all, you're spending $500 on a 100K account, for example. You're spending $500 on an account. Now you're risking 1K to make 10K, but you end up taking profit at 2K, right? You're not really profiting. Because what if the next 2 trades are losses? You're not going to be able to take that loss. But if you were to instead hold the trades until you got that 10K in profit, now you're up. Now you can take losses. Now you can keep trading properly. So if you think like the average trader, you'll get results. You'll lose like the average trader. The market rewards those who think differently, who understand the way that you actually make money, stay patient, and go in for the larger targets. And the action step is when you feel extreme fear or greed, ask yourself, what would the rest of the traders do right now? And do the opposite. Lesson 4, the market doesn't care about your feelings. I remember when I was writing this, I remembered instances where I would click my tongue or just start getting emotional because I'd feel like, oh, if I get mad right now, it's going to change the outcome. But it's not. It's not. No one can see it. No one can see it. And that was a big illusion of mine. And, I'd even pray over some of my trades and I'd get mad. I'd be like, why didn't this trade play out? What am I doing wrong in my life? But that's just not how it is. I would get over emotional about a trade or 2 trades or 5 trades even, right? But when you go back to the root, you're doing this for a living, you're doing this for a lifetime. So you can't let 5 or 6 trades affect the course of the next 10,000 trades, right? Think about it. Down the long run, if your model is a profitable model, it works, then stop getting emotional if you're in at the wrong time. Because down the line, as long as you properly foster your mindset, you will profit. Okay, so that was this one. Too many traders revenge trade after a loss, right? You get emotional and you don't have that daily drawdown of the amount of losses that you could take in a day. So the action step for this is take a break after a loss, step back and reevaluate whether you actually marked things out properly. Go back out to your weekly outlook and remember, try to figure out again why you're coming into the market with this bias, what the reason is for that. Because sometimes you're simply blindsided and you forget something. And stepping back has allowed me multiple times to find something that I was previously missing. Lesson 5, winning requires pain. This is, once again, if you're aiming for 10,000, don't stop at 2. Take the 1K loss. Take the 1K loss again and end up with 8K. Because if you're really confident, if you know your model works, my model always works. I'm right almost 90% of the time as to where it's going to go on the higher time frame. Even higher percentages than that. That doesn't mean I'm able to properly execute on the lower time frame. I still take losses. But the fact that I know that my model works so well with fair value gaps on the higher time frame, it allows me to be able to take these 1K losses over and over again until I actually get the trade during my session that will get me to my profit target. And then I'll secure a fat payout. The best traders feel discomfort all the time. It's not a good thing to seek discomfort, but it's just part of the game and you have to accept that. You have to learn to accept it. The action step is to embrace the discomfort, and if a trade feels too easy, it's probably a trap, right? That 2K is a delusion. You're going to think that you're profiting, but then remember, you spent money on the account. If you blow the account or you take a few losses in the next one, you're not really in profit anymore. Lesson 6, confidence is earned, not given. So this is one of my favorite ones because I always tell people that tell me, hey, I have a good model. I think I learned price action enough, but I'm not confident in it. Why? Because they've been learning for 2 or 3 months. They simply don't have enough experience. You don't have enough experience, and confidence is gained from seeing the things happen over and over again. The reason I'm confident is because I've been doing this for 4 years already. I've seen this stuff happen every day. I'm on the charts from New York to Asia session just because I had the time, into London sometimes. And I was watching the same exact concepts get respected over and over again. I'm not trading ICT because somebody marketed it to me well. I'm trading ICT because I learned it and I watched it happen 1,000 times. If I didn't, no, like 20,000, 100,000 times. If I didn't, I would move on to the next strategy and see if that one worked. But I know that ICT works because I've seen it firsthand from my own eyes over and over again. Confidence is earned through repetition, discipline, learning from your losses. And the action step is to backtest, because forward testing will take a while. Like, if your setup happens 2-3 times a week, right, it's going to take you months to learn at the minimum, to just see it happen. But to gain confidence, it might take you a few years, and that's the problem. So backtest and properly gain some confidence. It'll speed up the process a lot more. Lesson 7, big wins come from big conviction. Once again, coming down to the daily level, right? You have a daily target. You have a target down here that's at 10K profit, and you have to have conviction in it. Conviction will allow you to take the losses, knowing that at the end of the 3-4 losses, you're going to get into a good trade that's going to get you to your target, and you're going to end up profiting. And then if you do this over and over again, sometimes you're not even going to take a loss. That first trade is going to get you to your profit target, and you're going to make 10K without losing anything. That's the kind of trading that I want to do. That's the kind of trading that you want to do. So stop doubting yourself. When you doubt and you create habits of pulling out early, you're going to keep doing that. If instead you learn to take losses or hold to your profit target, then you're going to take losses or hold to your profit target. And that's how it's going to go, and that's how you're going to win big in the long run. Traders go in all in on the best opportunities, and this goes to, instead of taking random trades, waiting for A+ setups, the ones that have the highest probability, and actually winning. And this doesn't mean to over leverage and go in. It means that when you're right, you're able to take losses in order to get to the target, and once it starts running, you can layer in. Once you get more confirmation, you layer in again until you get to your target that's down here. If you learn about fair value gaps, it's going to be really easy to see where the market's going on the daily time frame. I promise you that. Lesson 8, the best trades feel the worst. So when fear is at its peak, it's kind of like, a good example is crypto right now. It's like when people get greedy and everyone starts buying Bitcoin at 108,000 because they think it's going to keep flying. Like, it's already too late. Everybody knows about it. So smart money, smart people are going to sell their orders. They're going to sell it all. It's going to go down. They're going to get another opportunity to buy with more money, because they will have more money and you will have less, because you allowed FOMO, fear of missing out, FOMO. That's what it stands for if you haven't known that already. They buy tops. So action step for lesson 8 is to train yourself to enter trades when it feels emotionally difficult. Right? When you know it's going to work, and especially you're scared because maybe it's going down, that's when you think about it. Is this just emotions? You have to be a robot. You have to allow the market your model to determine when you get it. Lesson 9, risk big, win big. Once again, if you have conviction, you're confident, you've seen it happen over and over again, your profit target's over yonder, and you get into a good position, maybe in the wick above the open of the daily range, then you can go in with a decent amount of risk. Acknowledge that maybe you'll even take a loss. But occasionally, you have to take big risks. If you take big risks, you'll win. You'll win bigger. It's like, it could be a gambler's mindset to think this way. But at the same time, say you took 5-6 payouts, right? You're in profit. You're like, okay, I'm willing to take this risk now because I still made money. I'm still risk-free if this happens. I'll buy another account. That's when you can win big. And it's not a bad idea to do that most of the time. A great trader isn't afraid of risk, but they risk with precision only on those A+ setups, high probability. Taking trades where the potential win is much higher than the potential loss. And stop risking 500 to make 500. Don't get out early. Risk 500 and go for your full profit target. Last lesson, discipline is everything, right? Discipline, like in real life too. You have to figure out what things you want to do in your life that you're going to carry on. For me, it's working out. For me, it's eating healthy. For me, it's reading, educating myself, being able to convey the things that I learned to other people. Having confidence in myself so that I can come out here, show my face on social media, and help other people out there. Have them trust me. Doing these things builds discipline and helps me in other things, especially in the market. Discipline is what will allow you to follow your plan like a robot and pull out when you actually hit your profit target. So the action step is to set strict rules and never break them. Never break them. The moment that you doubt and take out that 2K profit instead of 10, that's when you start building bad habits, and it's a spiral like dominoes getting knocked over until you end up losing. You're not going to get paid out in the long run like this. Do it correctly. I hope you learned something from this video. It's a really good book, and if you actually want to dive into what he says, then really pull the book up, buy it, read the book. It'll benefit you. You have to master your mindset. In this game, you have to take every lesson that you can. Learn it properly, do it properly. Hope you learned something. I'll catch you guys in episode 6 on liquidity.